Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be discussing what are the regular expressions, so let's dive right into it. First, there are two types of components in the pattern. So the first type is literals. This is the ordinary characters, just the simple characters you use. And the definition is that these characters carry no special meaning behind them and are proceed as it is. So the second type is meta characters. These are the special characters. These characters carry a special meaning and are proceed in a special way. So there are some rules. If we are excluding something from the pattern, it automatically includes everything except exception, obviously. Then the second rule is if we are including something in the pattern, it automatically includes everything except included character, symbol, or whatever you say. Whatever you code, obviously. So here are the patterns, and soon you'll get into it. So the patterns are usually looks like this, but these are just some examples, okay? So we are saying the squared brackets, and inside these squared brackets there is a. So this pattern in expression means that it accepts only character a. Okay, so if you obviously have a word, I don't know, like apple. If you have apple, it will find only a. So the pattern is a. Okay, so it will remove PL okay, so PPLE, it will remove all the part. So then if you have this, basically this sign means that we are exclude a. Okay, so it means that this pattern accepts any character except a. The same example with apple. If we have apple, it will find to us for us PPLE, so it will exclude a. I think it's very easy to understand and comprehend. So then the next pattern, as you already may know, it accepts only characters A, B, and C, obviously. So I'll not be longer to explain this one. So then we have A-Z, okay? So it basically means that it accepts all lowercase English characters. Why English? Because we're using English language. And so it accepts all lowercase English characters from A to Z. So A, B, C, D, E, F, and until Z, okay? So it will basically, with the apple, it will accept the whole world except A, because if we are talking about like this kind of apple, you see this one is uppercased. But of course, if I'll make it just lowercase letter, it will be accepted. The whole world will, not the world, the whole word will be accepted. Basically, it will return to you APPLE. Okay. Depending of what function you are using, but into the functions we will go a bit later. Then let me remove apple. So then we have this expression, and as you already may know, this basically means that it accepts all lowercase and uppercase characters. Means it accepts A and A uppercase, B lowercase, B uppercase, etc., 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 and until Z. Okay. So basically, word apple, it will accept the word apple. Okay. Now this one, which is just uppercase, for the word apple, it would accept only A, because A is uppercase and would have lowercase here. But for this one, it just sum these two. Okay. Yeah, combine, sum, whatever. Then we go here, and I think you got it already. So it's just the digits from 0 to 9. It accepts everything, and every digit. It accepts all digits from 0 to 9, and does not accept anything else. like only digits, okay? And this is what the rules means, okay? The rules mean, if we look again, if we're excluding something from the pattern, it automatically includes everything, okay? So when we are excluding A here, it automatically accepts everything else. Like if we will use apple, it will automatically accept PPLE, okay? And the same thing works here. If we are including something in the pattern, like we do here, like we are including A, it automatically exclude everything else, okay? So for the the old apple, it will only accept A and delete everything else. So this are the rules, and this is how they actually work, okay? And about this we will talk a bit later. Then we go into this. It basically excludes everything, and then you may notice that here is this /d. So basically, these two things mean the same thing. Okay, so if we will write d like /d, backslash d, and if we will type like brackets and then 0-9, it will understand us the same in the same way. Okay, so these are the same things, and these are the same things as well. So we're just excluding, and just uppercase D means that we are excluding. Obviously, this is very easy to understand. Then we're combining A and Z, A to Z, then uppercase A and uppercase A to uppercase Z, and then 0-9. So this can be replaced just with backslash W. It accepts from A to Z, from A uppercase to Z uppercase, and 0-9 digits. Okay, very easy to understand. Then this just simply the same as the pattern, as you may see, the pattern is the same. So if there is an uppercase letter, we're excluding. If there is lowercase letter, with the backslash, we're including. Very simple. Okay, so we realized how all these things work. Now we are interested in, so backslash says to treat it as a special character, meta character. The simple example here is that if probably I'll make a pattern A, B, C, D, this will not treat D as the special character or meta character. It will treat it only in this way if I will include this backslash. I hope this okay, just simple example. If I'll use this one and I have word ambassador, not sure about the spelling, probably here it's 2s, not sure. So what it will make is that it will leave this, then B, it will include B, then include A, then it will include A, and then it will include D, because D is not a special character in this context. We're just using letter D, okay? Then if I'll make it as a slash, what it'll make is that it will not include A, and then it will include B, A, then exclude again S, and then include A and exclude D, because we didn't mention D anywhere. We're saying that this is the special character. So if I'll have in my string any digit, please include. If I don't include. Okay, so it basically means that slash denotes the special character. Okay, and meta character. And probably you may ask the same question about the this squared brackets. Why don't we use then this before this squared brackets this? Well, I believe it's made by default, so you don't need to use backslash before the before the squared brackets. Okay, but squared brackets, you need to know that it is also a special character which we call meta character, so you need to understand it. Okay, okay, so we can remove ambassador and this pattern which we have made just now. Then we go into here. So what means the question mark? Basically, it means that it accepts if pattern occurred 0 or 1 time in string. What means acceptance at all? Like, what means acceptance? Let me return to the good example with A. So if we are using Apple with lowercase, it will return A, okay? But if I will use Apple with uppercase, A, it will return to me none. And none for us means non-acceptance, okay? So when I say accepts, it means that it will not return to you none, okay? I mean, not in this context because it's a bit different, but in this context, that this accepts only if it occurs 0 or 1 time, it works. So the simple example is with this one, actually, we can say like milk, okay? So it will return to me none. It means it was not accepted, okay? And it means that it accepts only character A. So it will return none. It means it's not non-acceptance. Then with this one, if we will use this one at the end, probably the simple example, I used this kind of brackets because you can use whatever you would like in these brackets, either this or this. So probably I'm interested in the digits from 5 to 8. So I'm interested in the 5, 6, 7, and 8, including. And I will put the question mark at the end. So now if I have string, I don't know, gipa, it will basically return to me empty string. And the reason for this is that it accepts pattern which occurred 0 times, okay? If it occurs 0 times, it will return not to me none, but it will return the empty string, okay? It will not return none. So only if I use this question mark at the end of the brackets. Okay, I hope this is very much clear. Then if I'll use plus, it will not work the same way with the plus. So it basically means that oh yeah, let's again return to this one. So 5 to 8 and question mark at the end. So what if I have like string 1 and 2 or 3, okay, just some dummy string. So it says it accepts if pattern occurred 0 or 1 time. Basically this means that pattern occurred 1, 2, 3 times, okay? Because we're, oh no, it's not. Sorry for that. I thought I was using 0 to 8. Let's use 0 to 8, okay? So now pattern occurred 1, 2, and 3 times. So means it returns to us, I believe 1 and 2, okay? And I'm not really sure with this because I didn't check this out before the video, I think. Let us check. So for now, I'll use something that you do not know, but we'll just check if it works, okay? So and then find all. Then I'll put my pattern into here. So my pattern says, and before the pattern, I need to say R, which means, yeah, just put R there so that there may not be a mistake or warning. 0 to 8, then question mark at the end, and then my string, which is 1 and 2 or 3 question mark. So now let's check what it will return to me. Okay, so it returned to me empty things here and then 3. So what if I want to use the question mark? It returns to me only 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So that's interesting. What if I'll use search? Search. It matches 1. Then what if I'll use, yeah, it still matches 1. Okay. So that is something interesting. Let's find all of them. So it finds all of them and then, yeah, okay, so accepts if pattern occurred 0 or 1 time. Okay. So what it means is this. The reason why I got with the pattern this is because it occurred 0 or 1 time here, and when it occurs 0, it returns to me empty string. But what if I'll just add here 20? You know what? It will not return to me 2 and 0. Oh, it returned. Oh yeah, so obviously. Sorry for that. Yeah, because I think I messed it with plus. So the reason why it returned to me 2 and 0, because it basically says if your pattern is 0 to 8, I will return to you every digit, just simply every digit, which is not greater than 10. Basically what it means. So let me show it to you a bit later, so you'll get into it. Okay. Then what plus means is that it accepts if pattern occurred 1 or more times in a string. Okay. So now if I'll use plus at the end, it will return to me 20. And as you can see, it returns to me 20. The reason is because we are saying for the plus that at least make that my pattern may occur 1 or more times. So at least we need to in our string to occur at least 1 time. So it occurred 1 time. Here with the space, it did not occur, did not occur, did not occur, did not, and then when we go to 20, it occurred 2 times. It means it's more than 1, so we'll return 20. And whatever the value may be, because it says or more times, which is not limited, it will return to me like 20,000. So this is how it is. Now if we will go into this asterisk, it will return to me this 20,000 as well as empty strings, because it says that if pattern occurred 0 or more times in a string. So 0 is also accepted. For plus, 0 was not accepted. For now, it will be accepted, as you can see. So I think you slightly understand the difference between them. Now, if I'll use this one, which basically denotes how many shall occurrence there be, let me just do this, like say probably 5 occurrence. It will return to me only 20,000 because it occurs 5 times in order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I'll run this right now, it will return to me only 1 element in the array. And as you can see, it returned only 1 element in the array. If I'll set it up as 1, it will return to me only 1 and 3, because just like 2 occurrence here, and this is the 1 occurrence and this is the 2nd occurrence, which are just appears once, like there is no after this another digit. Okay, so if I run this, I got this. And what's the reason for this? This is something interesting. Oh yeah, of course, because this one splits. So it says like 1, 2, 3. So it splits, and this is the reason why we got this. I think you slightly understand the difference within them. So if I'll put now this one, it means that or more times. So basically we'll accept 20,000 right now. And basically this essentially is the same as this, okay, as the plus. So if I would say 0 here, it would be essentially the same as this asterisk here. So from 0 or more times. Then if I'll denote the limits, like limit by 4, the occurrences which I'll get, like let's set it into 1, will be 1, then it will be 2000, then 0 and 3. And if we will check this, it returns 1, 2000, 0 and 3. So very easy, I think. So now we got into it. The last thing with our with all of that, yeah, and just later I'll explain what was it. So the funny thing, and probably not that much essential, but I just want you to know it. If we denote this and this string patterns, they are essentially the same, because underscore just separates them kind of, so that you may probably simpler to read them. Yeah, are essentially the same. Putting underscore between values just make it simpler, simpler, but it's a good, oh no, just it's good to use the more concise one, which is this, without the underscore. So if you just see it, you read it the same way, but for you it's just better to use that, just this. Sorry for that. Okay, so now we understand everything from here. Let's dive into the functions. So the first functions we will discuss is re.compile. What it essentially does is this. We are using our library which is regular expression. So re dot, we're doing compile. Then what it receives is just simply pattern and flags. Don't think about the flags a lot for now. I'll just show you a bit example later. Now recompile takes just the pattern. Okay, we've learned some patterns. Let's use the pattern which receives uppercase and lowercase letters. So this is essentially this pattern. Okay, let's use it. So I'll say A to Z and A uppercase to Z uppercase, Z or Z, just no matter for now. Now flags is default, pattern is required, so without the pattern you will get an error. Now I want to assign it into some variable, so probably I'll call this variable compiler, and I'll then call the compiler and methods inside the compiler. So there are a lot of methods, and basically inside the compiler there'll be all these methods. Okay, except this one. Just because. So let's use some of them, like search. Let's use search. Then what I'll say into the search, just put the string into there according to this pattern. And I forgot about the R at the beginning, so don't forget about the R. So I'm interesting. So now what I'm doing is I'm including this pattern. So it says that I will accept everything what is inside this pattern and accept everything else. Okay. So if we will have like hello world, the simple one with then exclamation, it will exclude exclamation because we didn't add it into this brackets. So we're including everything like uppercase, lowercase letters, but we did not include the this one. So now I'll say S, which means search shortly, and then I'll print this search. So if I'll print it right now, I'll get this object which says that match is H. So what search does is that it takes the first element which occurs correcting the pattern, and it basically return to us this element which occurs first and which follows the pattern. Okay, now then if I would delete H, the first would be E. Okay, if I run, the first is E. So, and what it also does, it says to me from where to where it was. Like it was from the index to 0, from 0 to 1, and the same with this, from 0 to 1. If I'll put like 1 at the beginning, it will say to me from 1 to 2, because we did not include the digits here. We did not set something like include digits. Okay, backslash and D. So if I run this again, as you can see, from index 1 to 2, because we skipped the first index, which is 1, and then we started with the first to the second, and between them was E. Okay, so fine. Okay, fine. So why did I say that it will exclude exclamation? We didn't even get the WORLD, but what I meant by that is that all of that follows the pattern. Just search is this type of function which searches the first occurrence which follows the pattern. Now this is how compiler works. Basically it makes it a bit easier, like it compiles the pattern and then we can use any method. But now I'll show you the another approach. Okay, so I will comment this print and then we'll get into here. now I will denote s at the beginning. Then we are using re, and then we're using the same search. So, but the difference between them will be that this compiler, before when we used it, here was a pattern already denoted. But for the re.search, the pattern is not denoted. Is not denoted yet. Okay, so what we need to do now is that we need to denote a pattern first. So we will denote, probably the pattern is going to be from A to Z, and of course R at the beginning. Always forget about it. Then we will say the string. String is essentially the string text. Hello world, the same text. And then we will leave flags by default for now. So we will just simply print what we need. So print, then s, and then let's check this out what it does. Match e. So the reason is because we don't use the uppercase letters, so the first letter which occurs to be correctly for the pattern is basically occurrence e. Okay, so works perfectly fine, and now I think you got into the difference between them. That compiler compiles the pattern before it, and then this pattern you can reuse and reuse. So in order, if you need to create one pattern and then reuse it in the different ways, like you need to use search, and then for the same pattern you need to use match, you can do it in such a way. So to make a compiler and denote the functions you are interested in. But if you need to just use the one sample or example, you can just use research and then put pattern exactly there. So basically this compiler is used for reusing, and this is it. Okay, we will not use it anymore, so I'll just comment it. Now we got into here, so very easy. I'll comment it because we already explored what this function does. Search just searches the first occurrence in the string which follows the pattern. Then rematch, what it does, let's check and let's see the difference between them. They're actually almost the same, but there is some difference between them. So I'll say match, which is just m, and then re.match. I'll put you no need to explicitly say the pattern. You can just use whatever you'd like. So let's use d as we discussed it before. D here, \d, and the string is probably gonna be 1 hello. Then I'll print it. Now when I print it, it does basically the same thing, like it says as search does. Let's uncomment search and do the same with it. Like I'll just say d here, and then use the same one hello, and this is going to result the same thing for me, like absolutely the same. The difference between them is that if I'll put between match, let me do it. If I'll put before one a for both of these functions, the first function search will return to me 1. The second function will return to me error. The reason is because match looks for the first occurrence. Like it doesn't look for the next occurrence. If it didn't find the first occurrence the pattern, it will return to you error. So if I run this, oh yeah, sorry, not error, none. It will return to you none. So because it does not go beyond the scopes, kind of as search does. So search, basically what it does, it's searching through the string. Match, it doesn't search. It just looks on it, and if it didn't find the pattern, it ignores everything and it just returns none. So basically, match is looking for the first index that this index shall be followed by the pattern. If the first index does not followed by the pattern, it will return to you none. And this is how it works, and this is the difference between them. So we will not return to the search anymore. I'm going to just copy this and check what is the full match. I'm going to copy full match, re.full match, and I'll just add here fm, which means full and match. Then I'm going to use the same one and check what's the difference between them, and both of them return none. The reason is that full match just it looks at the whole string. Okay, if the whole string does not follow follows the pattern, it will return to you like none. Okay, so basically what it means is this: we have a1, and the pattern is basically it includes only a and 1. Okay, so and the same thing I'm about to do here, a1, and then a1. So if I run this, I got the same result, obviously. But what the first does is that it just looks for this. What the second does is it looks for the whole one. So now if I'll reduce a bit them, like I will add s here and s here, the second will return none, this will return a. No, it didn't work. Why though? Oh yeah, of course, because I put the this brackets here. So we're not looking what includes. We're looking that this pattern shall be exactly a1. Okay, so this will return a1. This will return to none to us. So if I run this again, somehow it didn't work as I've expected it to be. So I can't really understand what's the problem here. Yeah, of course. So the problem is that I've been printing m, so fm we need to print. So again, we did this, and as I said, it returns to us a1 and none. So what if there is going to be a brackets? It's going to result the same way, right? I think basically no, it's going to return none to us. Yeah, so it returned none as well. So yeah, it basically how it works. So I was right, just it was printing the same one. Yeah, it just confused me a little bit. Sorry for that. So the difference between them is match looks just for the first index, which follows the pattern. So basically, if our pattern is a1, it will look at the indices 1 and 2, and if 1 and 2 indices follows the pattern, it will return to us the pattern. I mean the string which follows the pattern. If it doesn't, it will return to us none. So yeah, it's how it works. Okay, pretty much fine. So let me comment them. So we've discussed them. I think you got the difference. If you didn't, go just here. This is documentation. So and check out this documentation, because this documentation basically says about all of these patterns. And basically we go through the documentation in video format. So first we discussed compile, then second we discussed search, match, full match, and now we're going to get into the split. So this is exactly how I structured the lesson, so that you may understand it properly. Now we go into the split, which is the fifth method of the entire regular expression model. So to check this, we're going to say s, which represents split re that split. What split basically does is pretty much the easiest thing. So I'll denote it as f, okay, and then I'll say my string is going to be name f logo, just some dummy example, print s. It will return to me array which consists name and which consists logo. So if I'll check this out, it returned to me name logo. What it does, it replaces s, it replaces f with nothing, and then returns to me, like, it basically divides where the occurrence, like where this pattern occurs. It divides this string and returns to me array. So if f will occur at the end, it will return just empty string at the end. So if it will be here, it will return to me n, aim, and etc. etc. So n, aim, logo, and empty string. So split is basically pretty much simple, so we will not concentrate on it that much. Then I'm going to use find all, fa. So fa is equal to re dot find all. We're going to define the pattern equal to our string. So the pattern is going to be like let's use like this one, we've discussed it. It just excludes every uppercase, lowercase letter and digits, exclude again. So and then string is going to be oh yeah, we did not discuss max split, sorry for that. So yeah, I've been just thinking what I forgot here. So max split, what it does is just basically we say max split and just two splits. So it will split this first one, the second one, and it will not split this one. So we will not get at the end the empty string. So if I will run this, we didn't get it. Probably the easiest way to explain this will be this. So I'll make it 1 and it will use only the first one, and it will not go to the second. So we're saying that maximum split which you can make is just 1. So don't do the second split if you see the pattern. So what it does is what I've exactly said to you. So this is how max split works. You can play with this, but for now I am not about to do so. So let's use just exclamation and then hello world. Basically what it will return to me is just simply this exclamation, print fa. So it should because I find, why did I use a before it? Okay, so it returned to me exclamation, yeah, and of course the space, because we did not denote the space here. Probably if I will, it won't return to me anything. But anyways, let's not do this. I'm not really sure why it happened that way. Yeah, because we're just diving into it and yeah, trying to understand how it works. So yeah, it excludes everything and digits as well. Probably it's not a good example. So probably the good example is going to be I don't know, every A and Z and Z, and it will return to me E L L O then O R L D, because all of them follows the pattern. Exclamation is not included, then uppercase letter also are not included, so it returned to me exactly what I said. If we'll include exclamation, of course it will return to me with exclamation. Okay, so the way how you just want to include them is just simply write them, so and then use them in such a way so it will work fine. Okay, so yeah, probably this is the time to a bit understand what is the flags. Just a simple example here is that I'll use AZ and A to Z again, and I'll say flag is equal to re and then I. So what I means is that I ignore the case. So this means that H will work fine and W will work fine. If I run this, again I got an error because it's flags, of course. So, and as you can see, it includes it because it is basically ignore case. So you either can use I or ignore case. So if I'll run this again, it works fine. So basically, instead of doing just A to Z uppercase and I mean lowercase and then uppercase A to Z uppercase, you can just ignore the case and just use A to Z. Okay. So this is the easiest way to do this, and probably not just ignore case, but just I, read.I. So flags is just kind of codes there. You can think about this like Unicodes, because the default one, if I'm not mistaken, is Unicode, but just never mind about it. You can just use it. So this is the good way for doing this. I mean, this is the most simplest example to explore what are the flags. Okay, so we discussed this. We go to here. I'll just going to find iter. So the pattern is going to be the same. What iter does, it just returns to me yielding element. So if you're not familiar with yield, type in the comments or search YouTube video, so you will get into it. What it actually is. Okay. But basically, it will return to me like iterational object. Okay, so if I will need this. Use it. So as you can see, it's callable iterator. So if I'll go to for I in range and then no need to range because it's iterable element, so we're just using fa, and then we want to probably print every single element which is inside it, so it will return to me every single element, and we need to use group because it is basically how can we get into the string. So it returns to me this, okay? So this is how it is, okay? And group receives elements like 0. Then if I'll put 1, there is no the 1th index here, it will return to me error. But yeah, just by default for now. Because if there is like pattern, probably, okay, if I would say like this, and then I would probably use 1, it will also return me an error. So, but if I'll call this, it returns to me the whole word, okay? You can check the group and how to use it in the documentation, okay? So yeah, this is how it is, and also we can use it as an expression where we say array and then return to me I for I in FA, and then just print array. So we got an array, okay, of this, and of course here is the group as well. So yeah, so hello world we got. So yeah, if you want to do such a thing, just use find all because it's basically does like it without it. I mean, if you have just a tremendous amount of text and you need to the yielding element such as find either, use it, because find all will be not memory acceptable or appropriate for this task. So don't. Yeah, it depends of the situation. Then what resub does is it basically replaces the element, some element. So we will say that sub, and then the pattern are before. The pattern is going to be A, B, C. No, C, Y, S, A, B, C. Then replacement gonna be like X. So we're going to replace every occurrence of this to the X, and yeah, not just like pattern ABC, but every occurrence, because when we get it into the brackets, it says every occurrence. If it's not in the brackets, it says exactly pattern A, B, C. So A follows B and B follows C. If we put it into the brackets, it says well, B can't is not necessary shall follow A, or A shall follow B, etc. So I think you got into it. What count does is basically the same what max split does. So max split basically splits it into max split just make the range. So how many splits can we do? And the same with count. So how many replacements can we do? So let's denote count is equal to maximum. We'll do 2 replacements, and then string we will say Arnold B and then C, and it will not replace C and X to the X. It will not replace C as X, because we said just to make 2 replacements. So it will replace basically B and A if we will put flags as a ignore case. So if I'll run this right now, it will return to me nothing because I didn't print anything S. So as you can see, X are nulled, and then X and then C is not replaced because I put the count. So by default, it will replace everything if I don't specify the count. So it replaced this one as well. Okay, we're getting into the end. So here's the 2 last elements. So what sub n does is that it returns to us just simply tuple. So, and this tuple consists of the same thing. So I can just copy this and show you the difference. So it will return to me S, Sn, and then sub n, and it will return to me this, and then it will say how many occurrences we replaced. So basically it will return to me count just let's check this. So it returns to me count in this tuple, and it says like 1, 2, 3. So we have replaced 3 of them. So it returns tuple and how many, the actual string and how many replacements were made. So it's very easy. So the last one we'll check is re-escape. And again, all these methods you're able to do with the compiler. If you're about to use just this pattern many times, it is better to use compiler, or you can call it whatever you'd like yeah, whatever. So okay, the re-escape, the last one, E, just re-escape. So what it does is basically it's like the test. Okay, so we are putting HTTPS and then we're doing something like link, we're saying chess, then we're saying my, and then we're saying .com. So what it will do, it will show to you the elements which has the special meaning in the regular expressions. So what we just discussed. So we've discussed it somewhere. Yeah, here. So it says treat it as meta character. So it will return to me from this string. It will return to me the special characters which may be. So H is not the special character, and this one's also not a special, but dot is the special one. So if I'll run this. I did nothing again because I didn't print anything. So if I'll print E, it will return to me, as you can see, as the special characters, those dots. So the special characters we've discussed are basically probably where we want to use plus. Okay, so if I'll put plus here, it will put the slash here, and we'll say that this is the special character. So it's basically like checking. So what are the special characters here? What are the characters which already has its place in the regular expressions? Okay. So if you're interested, like, what if I'll put D? Well, let's say like that it means like from 0 to 9, and it won't. But if you'll put it as a special character and you'll put the backslash there, it will add another backslash and will say that this is the special character. So so when I did this, as you can see, it said about this way. So about the repurge. Actually, I included it just because it is in the documentation as the last method of the regular expressions. So if we'll go here, as you can see, re-escape, and then we have re.purge, and then we have an exception. So these the article with the functions ended. You see functions. It ended now with the purge method. So the reason why I've included this is because it's just the last method. So and what it does, it is clearing, or it clears the regular expression cache. Okay, and I also found the stack overflow. And what he's saying is basically right. So the cache is also automatically managed. So purging is not normally needed at all. So use it if you specifically need to account for regular expression compilation time in a repeated time trial test involving blah blah blah. So what it does is that it just basically clears the caches, but you don't need to use it at all if you're not just some genius and you're doing some pretty much hard stuff. But how it uses it, just we just call it purge, and it clears the caches. So this is basically what it does. It does not receive any element there. Now also we did not discuss about many things there, but I think you got the basic understanding how it works and how shall we use it. So hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please consider everything what you'd like. If you want to support this channel, you can use the description. Thanks to everyone, and have a good day.